Okay, so we're going to try this again. I just recorded a lengthy video and it stopped. So I'm not quite sure what happened there, but here we go again. It is Friday the 13th, and I was supposed to make this video yesterday, but it was one of those days where you wake up and it's just not happening. And it was a snowy, gross day yesterday. We'd been having a beautiful spring so far, and we got a dump of snow, which is great for the grass and everything. So I'm not complaining. It's all gone now. But yesterday it just didn't happen. So here's the video. Now, I had said on Tuesday I wanted to talk about a few things on my Surgiversary, which was yesterday, 1 month from my surgery in Mexico with Dr. Fernando Garcia. And I wanted to talk about a couple of things that aren't really out there that I've found too much of. So I'll just dive right in. So basically, yes, I'm grieving. There's my poocher. That's something that we all definitely go through. But what I'm really bothered by is how lonely it is. I feel very isolated in where I'm at right now because I've only told a select few people about my surgery, and I don't feel like I can talk to anybody, any of those people about it because I just don't know that there'd be the understanding because this is an elective surgery. This is something that I chose to do, and I feel like I would hear, well, you want to get healthy, you want to lose weight, and this is how you felt you needed to do it. So basically, suck it up. And I'm trying to suck it up. I just find that, for those of us who are overweight, food addiction is not just the social aspect because, of course, nearly everything social revolves around food, whether it's a large event like a wedding or even a funeral, big life events, birthdays, parties, holidays. It's all revolving around food. And then when you're a food addict, it's not just those social events, it's private as well. So it is a consuming sort of thing. And then you take all of that away. And what you're left with is a lot of gaps, and you start to see that there's other areas of your life that maybe are you kind of stuffed them down with the whole food thing. And that's a dangerous thing because it sheds light on those areas and you're left to actually deal with them rather than, you know, find complacency with food, your buddy, your friend, food, which is it's a terrible, vicious, cyclical thing because then you gain weight and then you become unhealthy and then you're miserable and then something happens and then you eat some more and yeah, so then you have surgery and hope that that's going to solve at least part and parcel of it. And it is a fantastic tool. It's just one you have to be very realistic about and know that there's going to be these times of real grief and loneliness and wondering what the heck you've done. I'm hoping that as time goes by, I enjoy food again. And I don't mean in excess like I formerly did. I just mean enjoy it. Like I see food and I get excited and then I make something and then I sit down to eat it and it's not enjoyable. I don't find myself eating, and it's basically, okay, how much do I need to eat to make sure I'm getting protein in, and then can I be done? And then I just want to leave the table. Even if my family's there, I just want to be done, because you watch everybody else eat and there's a little bit of envy there. And maybe I'm feeling a little sorry for myself, and I think that's okay. I think it's all part of the whole grieving process. Um, it's just not a fun time for me right now, and I wanted to get it out there because so many videos you see at that 1 month mark, everybody's rejoicing over this ginormous loss, and it's just that whole opening up of a whole new world, and they can't wait for more loss and so on and so forth. And then you have those of us who are slow losers, and I'm told, well, measure and wait, and if you're doing all the right things, the loss will come, and so on and so forth, which is great. However, we're taught in this community that the first and foremost thing you do, especially in videos, is give your stats. And so it does become hard to not focus on the numbers, because that's what we're doing. People look at videos and they're like, oh, what are her stats? Oh, how much has she lost, and whatnot. And so it's very difficult when you're losing fairly slowly to find that balance. And I'm waiting patiently for that scale to move again. I did okay this past week. As on Tuesday, I lost 3 point something, and it hasn't budged since Tuesday. In fact, it's gone up 0.4. Not sure what that's about, but I don't record it until Tuesday, so hopefully that'll be gone and some more. But yeah, I wanted to put that out there and just say that I am struggling and it's difficult. This is not an easy thing to do, and I guess you look at it like any other addiction. It's difficult to not have it there to hold you up in the down times. On a day like this would be a perfect day to have a binge day. And you don't have that anymore, and I don't want it anymore. But just the fact that it's gone is difficult, and yeah. So I always thought, like alcoholics give up alcohol, and I know somebody who's done that, and it's so difficult for them. But we've talked about it, and it's like they don't ever have to have alcohol again. Like, it's gone forever. And I still have to have food, but I thought it would be difficult because I still have to have food. And I thought, it's like on different diets I've done before, it's always been so difficult because you do so well at the beginning, you see big numbers, and then it tapers down, and then it's like, oh, salad again, and and it tapers down, and then no losses, and that's usually when I throw in the towel after weeks and weeks of nothing. There is no towel to throw in here, and I think that's a good thing, and I think that's where you can compare it to other addictions. You are actually giving up the large quantities of food. Like, you can't do it anymore. You can't go and binge. There is no ability, and so that part about the surgery, I think, is actually a good part, because I think those of us who are slower losers would probably have binged by now, and so there's a positive, and I don't regret having the surgery at all. I think this is just a phase. I think this is just part of grieving, and I'm just getting it out there because I'm hoping I can look back on this day and go, I remember feeling that, and I'm, so far past that now, and now I'm into the, real owning it and moving forward, and onto the different stages of this whole journey. So that's really what I've been struggling with. I've been having a tough time. I get my goals of water and protein, but and it's like I don't think I could find the time unless I stay awake longer in a day, and I don't want to do that, to get any more in. So I'm not sure if that's going to change as the weeks go by. Like, as you can you take more in for protein and fluids, because it's like I'm getting my bare minimums, maybe not quite enough water, but I'm trying. I'm doing okay. The protein thing, constant struggle, but for the last 2 days, it seems like when I drink a protein shake, I get halfway through and it just makes me sick. And so I thought, well, it's halfway through, I can drink half. So what I've been doing is having half at night for the evening snack with just 1 tablespoon of PB2. And then in the morning, I have the other half. And that's been fine so far. And that puts me at my protein goals for the day. So that's working. Other than that, someone told me to look at my clothes, and yeah, they're getting baggier, but I'm not seeing huge changes there yet. And I haven't measured. I didn't measure at my heaviest, but I do have some measurements from when I started with my personal trainer at the beginning of 2015, and they are pretty close to my start weight. So I'll use those and do some measuring and see one of these days and see if I can see some change there, and hopefully watch the inches as well as the scale. This is kind of a bummer video. I'm sorry. I apologize. I generally stay on the more humorous side of things, and I just wanted to be I mean I'm real in those videos too. I just wanted to put a video out there that wasn't as hip hip hooray-ish as the others, because I don't want to disillusion anybody. So I encourage those of you who have not had the surgery yet to really understand and have a really good support system in place for these kinds of feelings afterwards, so that you are well prepared for it. I think that's probably where I could have done better, is have a better system in place to be able to cope with these thoughts and feelings afterwards. I mean, I'm doing fine. I'm just, being realistic and honest. But yeah, I would suggest, I know a lot of people in America. I don't know about Canada actually, because I went to Mexico, but I know there's a lot of you have to go to psychological evaluations and all that, and I don't know if that's part and parcel of they go through that with you, and hopefully they do. If they don't, I would definitely ask them to go through all of those feelings and the whole process that happens once you take away probably the biggest part of your life. And it's so true. I mean, when you're morbidly obese, you've chosen food over everything else, over your health, over your friends, over your families, over everything. You've chosen food. That's what we do when we're morbidly obese. That's our life choice. And until we get to a point where we can say that's not what I want to be my number one, that's the way it stays. And then when that is like totally basically ripped right out of your stomach, is just taken away. And, then your stomach is just taken away. And you're left with what? And I think that's where people have to be prepared, because what is left, you need to be okay with it. And I don't know if I'm okay with what's left. So, and I don't mean like my little piece of stomach. I just mean what's left in life. Are you satisfied? Are you happy? How are your relationships? How is your job? How is your social circle? And we have to be prepared to face those things head on. And yeah, so that is my little bit of a bummer video. And if you have hung on until now, well, thank you. You deserve a hero cookie or a lettuce leaf for carrying on to the end.